This week we're going to highlight the price changes in soybean futures associated with the April supply-demand report from the USDA. We're going to turn our attention to crop progress, soybean harvest progress in Brazil, where harvest is starting to wrap up. We're going to come back and look at export trends here in the U.S. and wrap things up with a long-term review of new crop November soybean futures. Hi, this is Brian Basting with Advanced Trading. Let's talk about the soybean market. We've moved in the month of April here, and there's certainly a lot going on. We're going to start out this week focusing on Thursday's USDA monthly supply-demand report that will be released at 11 a.m. Central Time. Let's take a look at the trade estimates for that report. Now, the main focus of this report will be on U.S. soybean carryout. Notice that the trade estimates are 315 to 375. That's a fairly decent range, 60 million bushel. So again, the key message here is have your marketing positions in place prior to the release of this report on Thursday. Let's take a look at the price changes associated with the April supply-demand report. Now again, there's been a few years here where May beans haven't seen much change, but notice the last few years there's been significant changes both to the upside and to the downside. Just a few years ago, 44 cents in 2022. So again, the potential is there for increased price volatility with this report. Let's shift our attention now to Brazil, where harvest is beginning to wrap up. Let's take a look at where those beans are produced in Brazil. We've highlighted Rio Grande do Sul in the far south because that's the main state where harvest is still taking place. Looking at about 14% of the crop is produced in Rio Grande do Sul. Let's take a look at the weather trends now. Our slides this week, as usual, are courtesy of T-Storm Weather. Again, we're zeroing in on Rio Grande do Sul in that far south because, again, that's where harvest is still occurring. Notice it looks like it's going to be very dry the next 2 weeks, so pretty much of an ideal finish in terms of not a stop-and-go harvest, but a very clear harvest near term. Speaking of harvest pace, let's take a look at where the Rio Grande do Sul stands. Now we're looking here at about 40% of the crop is harvested. Nationwide, notice we're at 82%. So again, we're in the last stages here, and we're looking at pretty good weather conditions as we just highlighted. Let's shift gears now and focus on export trends here in the U.S. We're looking here at exports year to date are about 26% lower than last year. As we move on now, we've highlighted here before, of course, China is the main reason why bean exports this year are down versus the last few years. Again, the key question is, will China buy additional old crop beans from the U.S.? Let's wrap things up this week looking at trends in new crop November soybean futures. Now, new crop November beans, as we tape here on Tuesday, are trading near $11.50 a bushel. Notice moving forward from mid-April into October, the potential is certainly there for increased price volatility, both to the upside and to the downside. That's why it's critical that you continue to work closely with your trusted risk management advisor to manage price movement and avoid price prediction. Now, if you'd like more information, please feel free to contact us at 309-664-2300. We'll put you in contact with one of our risk management consultants who'll be happy to visit with you at your convenience. And remember, we upload every Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and never miss an update. And make sure to join us at 1:30 p.m. Thursday, April 9th, for detailed market analysis of the USDA report. Thanks a lot. Have a good week.